Hello, hello, and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder. Hope you're all doing fine and staying cozy wherever you are. We've had a lot of snow here lately, that's why I still have my hat on because it's so cold in our kitchen. But we finally have warmer temperatures today, so things are melting, but it's not so much fun for me because I love cross-country skiing. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you will know how much I love cross-country skiing up in the Highlands and up in Aberdeenshire, and yeah, it's one of my favourite things to do in the winter. So when the snow does melt, it's a little bit sad for me. But I'm sure we'll get some more before the winter is past. So anyway, today we're going to be making some delicious marmalade cake bars. So this recipe is actually in my Scottish Tearoom Cookbook. I'll put the link down below if you want a copy, and it also will be over on my membership, my Patreon membership, if you want to print it out or save it to your phone or whatever over there. There's also lots of other goodies over there as well. So in this recipe I have kept it the same as my Scottish Tearoom Cookbook recipe, but I have swapped out vanilla for orange extract because I want to sort of make it more orangey. So yeah, so I've done that, so that's a little change, but I mean, if you want to use vanilla like the original recipe, you can do that instead. I just thought it would be nicer with an orange flavour, so I'm even changing my own recipes. But yeah, it's a really nice recipe, really easy to make, and you can top it with some candied peel. I didn't actually have any in the house, so I just used some chopped candied cherries instead. If you've got candied peel like the original recipe in my cookbook, you can use that instead. So let's get started on our delicious marmalade cake bars. So for these lovely marmalade cake bars, we're going to need these ingredients here. So to get started, we're going to add all of our butter into a mixing bowl, and we're going to add our caster sugar in as well, and we're just going to cream that through together with a spoon or a fork, or you could use a handheld mixer. I've got Mary helping me in the background here as well. So you're looking for something like this, just want it nice and smooth with the sugar. We're just going to add in our pinch of salt there as well, and our orange extract. So this is the orange extract that I'm using. In the original recipe in my Tearoom Cookbook, it is vanilla, but I just thought I would try it with the orange extract this time. So we're going to mix in our eggs now. So we've added those in. I'm not sure what happened to the footage of that, sorry. So we're just going to give them a good mix through. Mary's helping us today. And you can use a handheld mixer as well. In fact, I think I actually did go on to use a handheld mixer in this recipe. Time will tell. So I'm adding in a wee tablespoon of maple syrup here, but you can use golden syrup, just whatever you have, and I'm adding in the marmalade as well. So we're just going to stir that through until everything is really well combined. I'm just adding in my flour now, my self-raising flour. And we're just going to give that a good mix through just to blend everything through. So the next thing we're going to add is just our milk. And we want to preheat our oven to 160 as well. So we're just going to add in a little bit of milk at a time. So it's about 2 tablespoons or so. You might need a little bit more, might need a little bit less. So just add in a tablespoon first, give it a wee mix through, and then add in another one. So you're just looking for a nice smooth consistency to pop into your tin. And we're just going to add it into our brownie tin. So I've just got some greaseproof paper in there, and we're going to pop it into our oven for approximately 30 minutes or so. Just keep an eye on it and check with a cake pin to make sure it comes out nice and clear at the end as well. So we're just going to smooth that down until it is nice and smooth on the top, and then we're going to pop it into the oven. So once it has come out of the oven and cooled a little bit, I haven't just taken it out of the oven with my bare hands, we're going to pop it onto our cooling rack. So I'm going to pop on some marmalade onto the top here as well, just while it's nice and warm. So you want to do this while it's nice and warm still, just so that the marmalade melts onto the cake. So just spread it all over the top there, and it should just like sort of melt onto the cake a little bit. And we're just going to add some cherries on the top here, some chopped cherries. I think the original recipe was mixed peel, but I didn't actually have any mixed peels. But if you want to use mixed peel, go ahead and use that instead. I'm just using what I had in the cupboard. So we're just going to slice it up into wee bars. So we're looking for something about this kind of size. Watch out for little fingers there. Don't want any fingers getting chopped off. And that's our delicious marmalade cake bars. They're such an easy recipe. As I said, it's in my tea room cookbook. It's so easy to make. You can make, like, if you wanted to make thicker bars, you could double up the recipe and make them thicker than this, but this is just perfect for us. These are really good for the kids. They can put them in their packed lunches, take them to school and stuff. And just eat them for snacks. And a lot of my cakes get eaten for breakfast actually by my kids, and they just eat them at all times of day. So So I hope you enjoyed making your lovely cake bars, and I hope they were delicious. If you do have any left over after a few days and they've gone a little bit hard, you could warm them up in the oven and have them with a little bit of custard. I like to put these in the kids' pack lunch boxes because they do tend to travel well, so if you're making them at a different time of year, you could keep them for a picnic or something as well. And I think that's it from me. If you haven't subscribed, if you click the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, I will see you guys again soon. And if you're over on Instagram, pop over and say hello. I also have my Patreon membership now as well. So if you want to support me over on the Wee Larder Patreon page, you will be given lots of recipes to print out and save for free. In fact, all my recipes from all my videos on Instagram are stored on Patreon now instead of my website. Some of them do still make it over to my website, but Patreon is going to be my central storage place for all of my whole recipe collection going forward. So if you want to pop over there, you will find my recipes from about last July or something, I think. Anyway, I think that's it from me, so I will see you guys again soon. Take care, lots of love. Bye bye.